So let's talk about singleton. So today, I was talking to somebody, and we had some discussion on the singleton stuff. So I'm pretty sure everybody already pretty really familiar with a singleton already. Hopefully you do. It's a design pattern that we normally use in development, but I don't use that a lot. But anyway, so the question was the difference between struct-based singleton and a class-based singleton. So I was really curious about like how exactly the behaviors are, because I know what the class singleton is like because I used to use them sometimes, but I haven't really encountered any like struct-based singleton usage yet. I know the difference between the struct and class are either the struct is a value type and the class is a reference type there. So I wonder, does that mean like whenever you are making a change to the struct-based singleton, and whoever trying to access whoever somebody else trying to make a copy of the struct, right? Since it's based by value. So whoever make a copy of that singleton, of the struct singleton, does that mean that change for the first singleton will not be applied to the second singleton? You know what I mean? Anyway, I did some little bit digging online. Here's a really interesting Stack Overflow. There are people talking about it, like a struct and class-based singleton. They do have some examples and some explanations about like mutable singletons and struct-based mutable singleton a dozen. So basically, struct will not mutate, but class will. It sounds like that way, unless I'm wrong. So if you have a different opinion or different thoughts, please comment down below. I'm happy to take in any suggestions or advice if you do have any. But let's jump right into the playground and trying to do some testing. So let's create a struct, singleton struct. So let's call it task singleton. Then let's just do a static var. Let's do static lab shared. Then task singleton. Then we have probably a username, then a string optional, a private init. Okay, so first thing we want to do is trying to have access to the singleton shared instance and trying to assign some value to the username and trying to print out, see if that works. So let's see if we have a var x into let's call sure, let's call x x into task singleton dot shared. Then we have a x dot username that is John Doe. Then let's just try print out this username. But actually, I want to print out this whole struct, this whole thing here. I want to see what's in that. Okay, so we have this we have this struct, and your username is John Doe. Technically, let's just do a username, print out username. Let's just use, let's just force unwrapping it, even though that I normally don't use that a lot. I normally like to safely unwrapping, use the if lat, gar lat, and all that kind of stuff. I feel more comfortable that way. But anyway, let's continue. So this should just only give us a John Doe. Okay. So after that, let's try and create another variable called y equal to, then we assign x to it. So basically, we're making another copy of the struct. Then let's print out the both x or y version of the struct. Let's see if there's any differences there. Okay, so basically they are pretty much exactly the same thing so far. Okay, let's continue trying to mutate the the y struct. So if we're gonna changing the username equal to just call it I guess just call James Bond. Then let's do the print again with xy. I want to see if this is going to be mutating the original, but most likely it's not going to be because struct is a volume type. Yes. So my suspicion is actually correct. Why did I say suspect? So the first one is John Doe, second one is James Bond. So here you have a struct based singleton. But what if we're changing this struct to a class? Now, what's this gonna behave? Let's do a quick run and see what happens. Oh yeah, because it's a struct, we have to actually trying to print out whatever inside of it. All right, so first one is John Doe. It's from this one. So initially we have a class singleton that we assign a John Doe to it, and then we print out. We got this John Doe here. And next two is actually the first version of John Doe. Then we made a reference to the first version of it, which is Y. So that both give us John Doe. That is correct behavior as we expected. And then we mutate the copied version, the reference version of the username from John Doe to James Bond. So that since it's a class singleton and a reference type, and that it got passed to the original. So that is why we have both James Bond for the X and the Y right now. So here you have the difference between a struct and class-based singletons. So let me know what you think and comment down below and like and subscribe to the channel.